What's up, fam? This is your boy ELJEFE, and today we are here to do a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live versus the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. Now, if you're interested in checking these out, hit the links in the description box right down below, and that'll take you to the latest updated pricing. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, because I like having transparency and honesty with my viewers, the Galaxy Buds Plus were given to me by Samsung as a gift at the Galaxy Unpacked event in San Francisco back in February. As far as the Galaxy Buds Live, I went ahead and bought those myself with my own money for testing and review purposes. Now, if this is your first time here and you're not familiar with the way that I do things on this channel, whether I go out and buy the product myself or if a company sends it over to me for review, I'm always going to keep it 100% real with you and let you know whether or not it's worth your hard-earned money. Now, no money was exchanged between me and Samsung in order to make this video, so they're going to be watching it for the very first time at the same time that you are. So first and foremost, the biggest thing, let's get that out of the way, is going to be the main difference in design. So that's sort of like the elephant in the room here. So one of these, the Galaxy Buds Plus, is a standard true wireless earbud design where it's got the rubber or silicone ear tip that goes straight into your ear and creates a seal so it closes you off from external noise. As far as the Galaxy Buds Live, they're more of an open ear design where they sort of just kind of sit snugly in your ear. It kind of places a driver sort of facing into your ear canal, but it still allows plenty of external noise to come in. So you still maintain situational and ambient awareness. So that is a very fundamental difference between both of these earbuds. So I am sort of biased as far as this is concerned because I am not a big fan of open ear design type earbud, whether it be something similar to like Apple's original AirPods, things of that nature. That's not something that really strikes my fancy per se. Now, we all have our own personal preferences. Some people like grape soda, some people like orange soda. So it's just is what it is. I personally prefer the standard style earbuds similar to the Galaxy Buds Plus. So as far as design and on a personal level, I prefer that. So that's why for me, that's what gets the win here. But it really comes down to what you need and what you personally prefer. So as far as design choice, it's really just going to come down to your own personal needs. Now, secondly, let's move into the price. So as far as the Galaxy Buds Live, they come in at $169.99 with the Galaxy Buds Plus coming in right now at $139.99. So they've got a bit about $30 worth of a price difference there. So nothing too crazy, but it is understandable being that the Galaxy Buds Live do have active noise cancellation. So that is probably the reason with that price increase. So if you're just looking to save a few bucks, then the win is going to go to the Galaxy Buds Plus. And then that's going to bring us over to the mics and the call quality. So both of these are still featuring a triple mic setup. So they do a very good job of picking up your voice. They do a pretty good job of blocking out background noise. But let me go ahead and play you some call quality samples here, both in a quiet environment and one with simulated crowd noise. And this way you can be the judge for yourself.
All right, so here we have the call quality test for the Galaxy Buds Live. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Obviously, I'm indoors in a quiet environment. Now, let's put some crowd noise in. So here we have the Galaxy Buds Live with some simulated crowd noise playing in the background. Let's see how well it's canceling it out. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So here we have the call quality test for the Galaxy Buds Plus. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Obviously indoors and in a quiet environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and add some crowd noise. So here we have some crowd noise added. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Galaxy Buds Plus with some crowd noise in the background. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. As always, you're going to have to be the judge of the call quality down in the comment section.
So now let's transition over to the battery life of these earbuds. So with the Galaxy Buds Live, they're going to give you 8 hours worth of playback time with the active noise cancellation turned off, and then they're going to give you around 5 or 6 hours with the ANC turned on, along with an additional 21 hours in the case. When it comes to the Galaxy Buds Plus, they're going to give you somewhere around 11 to 12 hours with the ambient turned off and somewhere around 8 hours with the ambient turned on, with an additional 11 hours in the case. So if you're going to judge these just based on sheer playback time, then obviously the winner would be the Galaxy Buds Plus. But for me personally, I think overall has to come into play here with the case included and recharges available. So for me personally, the Galaxy Buds Live, they're going to take the win in the battery department because overall they seem to be giving you just a slight edge over the Galaxy Buds Plus in total battery life. Now, before we move into the next section, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, any of that sort of stuff about either of these products, leave those down in the comment section. And also, I have a question for you. Both of these earbuds are available in a ton of different colors. So you let me know, which color preference do you prefer for either of these earbuds? So let me know down in the comment section, because I'd love to know what your choice is. So now let's move over to the active noise cancellation and ambient sound. So as far as the Galaxy Buds Plus, they do not have active noise cancellation whatsoever, but they do have one of the best implementations of an ambient sound type feature. So even just out of the box, when you just activate it by itself, it's very good. It picks up a lot of the external noise going on around you, and it sounds pretty good overall. And when you get into the Galaxy Buds Plus app, you actually have the ability to adjust the volume level of that ambient sound. And if you go into the little labs tab in there, you can actually activate a fourth level, which really pumps up the volume and gives you almost mutant-like hearing. But you have to be careful with that, because it will pick up loud noises and pump them straight into your ears. So be careful with that function. Now, as far as the Galaxy Buds Live, you've got a natural ambient sound because they don't actually seal all the way inside your ear, but you do have active noise cancellation, and that ANC actually does work. It will block out a bunch of the low frequency noise in your area. But, and this kind of caught me by surprise, if you dig in the menus of the Galaxy Buds Live app, you will find a setting that is ambient sound. It's something, they called it something like pressure relief, but if you click that on, you'll notice that it will activate microphones and actually create an ambient sound on top of the natural ambient sound. It's a bit weird, but it is there. So this is why I would give the win to the Galaxy Buds Live, because not only do they give you active noise cancellation, they're giving you ambient aware as well. Now, next up, let's move into the volume. So as far as volume is concerned, the Galaxy Buds Plus give you plenty of that. For me, comfortable listening is anywhere like 70 to 80% volume, and that's mostly based on the fact that they create a complete seal in my ears, so I don't have to listen to them at full volume to be able to really hear like the detail in my music, or if I'm watching videos, I don't have to really get them all the way super, super loud. Now, when it comes to the Galaxy Buds Live, they are 100% definitely louder in sheer volume overall. So with these, when I was doing the testing, I got them, 75%, 80%. When I got to about 85%, it was already getting too loud for me and I was getting very uncomfortable. Put them up to 90%, that's where I stopped, and I still had 2 more volume clicks left to go. So if you're a volume junkie or somebody who may be hard of hearing, they're gonna have you covered as far as just sheer volume is concerned. So as far as volume, the win here is going to go to the Galaxy Buds Live. So now that's going to bring us over to the sound quality. So as far as both of these earbuds in relation to each other, they sort of have a very different type of sound signature, at least to my ears, where the Galaxy Buds Live are going to give you a warmer, richer type of sound, whereas the Galaxy Buds Plus are tuned closer to the Harman curve, a sound signature that is less offensive to most people. So it's more balanced, not so bass heavy, where the Galaxy Buds Live are much, much more bass heavy, and that's sort of the main difference between the two as far as that goes. Now, for me personally, as far as just sheer sound quality is concerned, I most definitely prefer the Galaxy Buds Plus over the Galaxy Buds Live. Now, that also has a bit to do with the fact that they seal in my ear and they create a more quiet environment, and that allows me to hear more detail and clarity in the music that the Galaxy Buds Live simply can't match. So I'm not saying that they don't have treble, but it's mostly concentrated in the bass and in the mids. So if you're okay with that type of sound, then probably that's going to be the better choice for you. But for me personally, I'm definitely going to roll for sound quality with the Galaxy Buds Plus here. So as far as these 2 earbuds are concerned, these are really products that are sort of designed for 2 separate people. So some people do prefer that open ear type design where they can hear everything going on around them and they don't like having those ear tips stuck into your ears. Totally fine. I'm not that person. I'm the person who likes having the ear tips and having that total seal so I can really enjoy my music. So it's for 2 separate type of people. So what it all really comes down to is what you personally prefer. What is the type of product that best works for you? Now, if you're interested in hearing all of my thoughts and initial impressions on the Galaxy Buds Live, check out the video that's going to pop up on the screen right here. With that said, I'm out. Peace.